I've been asking for a while, why isn't Windows just free? And I've talked to various people, uh, and I kind of have an understanding from the business perspective, from an investor perspective, from a publicly traded company perspective. Uh, Once you start charging for a product, unless you have a way to monetize and make and exceed the revenue of that product, you can't, in good faith of your investors, make it free. Uh, However, Windows has so many flippin' SKUs that it's really difficult from a consumer standpoint to know which one you can buy, which ones you can't buy, because there are some that Microsoft won't sell you without an agreement. Uh, there's professional, but then there's also professional for workstations, which is like actually professional. There's enterprise, which they won't sell you. There's LTSC variants that they won't sell you. There's a whole bunch of other things like that. But what if you're just an average home user? What if you're just you bought a laptop and it's got Windows Home on it, and you get your laptop home and gosh darn it, it's popping up with activation issues. It's saying you don't have a valid key. Well, you call Microsoft, and Microsoft walks you through the steps of, well, check your, certificate of authenticity on the bottom. Read the numbers on the sticker to me. Let's put them in. Let's make sure everything is. Can you take a picture of it? Do you have a CD that it came with? All these other steps. Sometimes even that fails. So what happens when that fails? Does Microsoft give you another key? Oh, no. That would be way too much work. They just crack the activation using publicly available, non-official piracy.
Oh, yeah. What else are they going to do?
Right. So this happened. This happened in South Africa. It was a freelance technician who purchased a $200 copy of Windows 10 for a client of theirs. They tried to activate Windows 10, and they were told they couldn't. And after hours on the phone with tech support, the Microsoft tech got on to the call and logged in with Quick Assist and ran a command line to activate Windows using PyBurn. PyBurn is a known crack for Windows activation, for Windows license cracking, for Windows, for Office, for a whole bunch of different programs. Yeah. As the technician exclaimed, it wasn't PyBurn, it was something else. PyBurn was the name of the
guy.
The technologist, the tech dude. And yeah, he says it's literally easier to crack Windows than to pay for it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Even the Windows
Yep.
help team are
Yep.
taking advantage of this.
I'm not going to say I've never done this, okay? Because I've had instances of you're trying to help, someone's grandson, makes an elderly couple a computer or whatever, and you go over and it's just riddled with viruses, and it's obviously not a legit Windows install and things like that. And I've been called into situations like that to try to fix those issues. And you do what you can without charging, elderly people too much money, because I don't take advantage of elderly people. I don't know anyone who does, and I hate people who do. But I might have cracked a couple Windows activations in my day. Who hasn't?
Well, what's funny here is that they say in this article that the Microsoft support engineer ran a PowerShell command. They list the PowerShell command, which establishes a connection to massgrave.dev, which is an unofficial repository of Windows.
Yes.
Which is just even funnier in a way. I know that's what we're talking about, but it's funny that it's just a freaking well-known repository.
Yep. It's well known enough. It's basically a curl and bash command. I mean, that's basically what he did, just the PowerShell equivalent. Get this script from this website and please execute it.
Yeah. Yeah. Ernesto says that's the equivalent of Nintendo using ROM dumps.
What? They would never do that. Or violate open source licenses or GPL licenses on known emulators and embed them into their own services and then charge for said services. The very thing they accuse the pirates of doing.
It's almost like capitalism was a bad idea.
Right. It's almost like we've strayed too far.
Look, capitalism built all this. We can agree. It worked for a time. Okay. It's not going to cover our butts in the technological age. Just ain't cutting it anymore.
Speaking of things that don't work, Microsoft Activation. Where was the comment at? There was have I heard of the one who got busted for using KMS? Yes. Did you know KMS was quite easy to emulate on your home network if you have a bunch of machines that, I don't know, maybe you need to benchmark temporarily?
How would you know?
I don't. I'm asking. Does anyone know if you can do that? That'd be swell. It's not like you could search KMS emulator and come up with any results on GitHub or anything.
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Wonder if that works for Office too.
Doubtful.
Yeah, doubtful.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You're not gonna search for it.
I'm not.
Because it doesn't exist.
I'm not going to put that in. Like, there's no way that exists. There's no way it's
No.
that easy to run a little single executable on your local network, and there's no way it's that easy.